Welcome to the Backseat Thriver podcast. I'm Christina Johnston.
And I'm Bridget Kostas.
And we really think you guys should listen because we think we're pretty funny.
We are pretty funny.
Yeah.
We're unfiltered. It's real. It's sometimes what you need to hear.
Sometimes what you don't.
But tune in.
Tune in. That was good.
That works.
You guys, we have just started and we are already off the rails. Just a warning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so if you haven't seen our intro, take a look at our intro. Christina said she's looked like she's wearing a toupee.
Okay, Bridget, that was a private conversation to you and Shat.
There's nothing private.
Right,
There's nothing private.
Hot mic.
Hot mic. The mic was on. The mic was on.
Well, I think it's really timely that we're looking at our intro and going, what the heck was I thinking with that deep side part?
Well, it was because it was 1 year ago, Christina.
Exactly.
Happy anniversary, potiversary.
Cheers, my friend.
Woo, cheers, cheers.
So, yeah, we're doing a little bit of reflection today. We're looking at, bad haircuts and bad outfits. And I was just showing Bridget this really cute outfit that I bought for this event that we have coming up. And she looked at me and she goes, "That is not flattering on you."
I was like, because she's trying to sell it to me, right? So she's trying to sell me this outfit. And it's so cute and it's so sparkly. And I looked at it and I was like, she's like, "It looks so much better in person."
And she's like, "Yeah, are you sure about that? Because it ain't doing anything for
I was
you."
like, it's not flattering.
So for everyone who thinks that I'm mean to Bridget, she's just mean to me, but off the air.
I'm not mean to you. I am honest. Do you want to show up in a glittery like Trader Joe's bag?
How dare you?
Tell me, you cut the bottom off the Trader Joe's bag. It's kind of similar. It gives you that boxy shape. There was not flattering on your figure at all. It was very boxy.
Well, I guess this ends this episode. And this podcast at episode 35.
Can we just post that picture on our social?
Absolutely not.
We'll crop everything out but the outfit, and we'll be like, "Is this a flattering?"
Listen, Linda. Just put like a bag over my head.
We just need to box it out because it's very boxy.
Okay, maybe I had just eaten a burrito. I don't know.
There was no burrito. There was no burrito engagement with that outfit.
I'd say yes to a burrito. I do.
I know.
I love burritos. But I can't eat tortillas anymore. That's so stupid.
Well, just deconstruct them.
Then it's not a burrito. What is it? A hash?
Get it with
You want me to eat a hash?
Get it with corn tortillas. Do like a breakfast tacos.
Sorry, a corn what?
Tortillas.
A corn what?
Tortillas.
Okay, so now we're getting the Latin side of Bridget. I like it.
Come on now.
Come on.
You just got to throw some stuff
Tortilla.
at. You speak better Spanish than I do. You understand it.
I know. You've got it in your DNA.
I do have it in my DNA.
Yeah, you're lucky.
But you are.
That's why you have that
certified
skin.
You're certified bilingual.
I am certified.
Aren't you?
Certified. Well, I mean, not certified, but.
Didn't you minor?
Yeah, I did.
So you should be able to speak Spanish pretty fluently.
I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, introduce us in Spanish.
Nosotros somos el back. Okay, I'm going off the rails. We got to stop this. All right, let's get back on this. We were having a real tough time naming this podcast because so here's what we'd like to talk about right now. We hit 35 episodes. And we're wondering, have we actually done anything, or are we just yapping up here and, providing some entertainment here and there? Also, before we start, Tina sent me a photo. Bridget, you're going to die. So Tina, our favorite lady at the Bisbee breakfast, she's hysterical. So I walk in last week and she had given our table away 2 weeks in a row. And I was like, Tina, this is getting real old here, okay? It's like...
It's starting to get personal.
It's starting to get personal. I'm starting to not like this. So she sends us a picture this morning. She had set our table with a big reserved sign and put a skeleton in one of the seats.
Aw.
And we had to come in early today, so we didn't get to do breakfast. So Tina, we're so sorry.
Sorry, Tina.
Sorry, Tina. We'll be there next week.
Yes.
We love you.
Darn it.
Okay, so are we actually making an impact, Bridget? And, do we care?
I think we do.
Okay.
And I think, I think our conversations are making an impact on a handful of
Definitely
people.
my fashion choices. It's making an impact
Shit,
on.
it should. But I feel a personal impact. Like I feel personal growth with, some of the topics that we've had, some of the honesty that we've shared with our guests that we've had on. Like I feel that I have made some changes in my personal life that based on the topics that we've discussed in our shows.
So because our title is Shat or Get Off the Pot, I would say it sounds like you've shat. No, it sounds like you've got off the pot. Which one? They both could be good. Who doesn't love a good shat?
Especially at my age. I love a great chat.
Oh my gosh.
But I do. It's like, when we look at some of our, like I wrote these down, so I'm looking down at this one. So when we look at some of our episodes, like WTF is this body now, right?
Which I have to say, one of my friends, my sister's bestie, she was telling me, I was listening to her message this morning and it said something about she was laughing out loud when I said, if you were a horse, you'd be shot by now. So we've got some good zingers in that one.
We've got some good zingers, but like, what did I get out of that? Like accepting your new self.
Okay.
Right? Like the acceptance of, hey, this is who I am. This is what I have. And I think part of like this past year of my personal health growth has been, I don't need to be thin. I don't need to be fit. I want to be healthy. And that's where I'm coming to terms with it is I need to be healthy going into this next phase of my life. And, what are some of those practices that I'm going to implement? Like,
I think a lot of people would say, get thin and get fit.
You're so funny. Shut up. But, healthy. Was my Starbucks this morning healthy? No. But did I get 5 pumps? No, I got 3.
And you had special time with me.
And I got special time with you. So that's the emotional growth here. But I do think like when we look at, when we had our guest from teaching us about street smarts and personal safety. Like, have you started practicing any of those tips that she shared? I have. Like when I go to the grocery store, like I'm blocking myself with my grocery cart. I am putting myself in, appropriate view for my own sake. Just little things like that.
One of my sisters said she did that as well. She said, I went to the grocery store after I listened to that and she positioned the cart and I was like, okay, so you know what, Bridget, you just validated us right now. We are making a difference.
We are making a difference.
Yes. So
you're cleaning your house.
Oh, yes, I am.
You are.
I am.
And are you maintaining? Like, do you continue to clean your laundry room?
Okay, the laundry room I really need to clean the inside of my washer again. I've been thinking that for a while. But I went home after our last podcast talking about, investing and cleaning up all your administrative mess that I bet a lot of people have, like wills and power of attorneys and are all of your bank stuff in order. And I went home and I crushed it. I made some spreadsheets. I pulled a bunch of information that I didn't have together. Now, I didn't finish it, and will I ever? I sure hope so, but I started it.
Did you sign me as your beneficiary?
Well,
Okay, just making sure. Small fee for that one.
I got a real nice sparkly outfit I'm leaving to you.
From Trader Joe's.
Yeah. So... Okay, so I love that. And then I think that what we're going to weave in the theme today, we're going to talk a little, as we're doing, I think a huge part of these I would barely call us self-help because, we're not that powerful.
Awareness, self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
We're not medical professionals.
Right,
We've
right.
never pretended to be. Okay, maybe we pretend to be.
But I think part of this journey for anyone, whether it's an hour journey of going home and making a couple spreadsheets with your financial information on it, there's an element of letting go when you're cleaning out stuff, when you're questioning friendships, when you're deciding, are you going to give up alcohol? Are you going to, what's that month or week or year going to look like for you? You have to let some things go. And so we're going to talk a little bit about forgiveness as well, because that ties so much into what we're talking about, where when you think about what's actually stopping you from being truly peaceful or truly great, whatever that definition is to you, whether you're, working at QT or not.
Thanks, Chris.
So I'm sure in your head right now, and I'm not going to call you out on this, but anybody who's listening, I'm sure that there's somebody in your life where you just have a little bit of a block toward, or a little bit of a wall, or maybe it's full-blown resentment, anger, hatred, all the things. But how much easier it is when you can just let go of some of that stuff.
Have you been listening to Mel Robbins and her let them theory?
Isn't that so good?
And
it's funny because when people say, okay, you don't want to quit being so angry. When you make it so simple, when you boil it down to, do you want to be happier? Quit being so angry.
Yeah.
That's a choice.
Can you just do that?
But it is. You really could just go, I'm so sick of being angry at whoever.
So it was something that I learned very young, and it was like when we talk about like what is the empowering moment of your life, or what was some advice that somebody gave to you that was so impactful that you carry every single day with you, or that has helped you grow. And when I was I think I was like 11 or 12. I was visiting my grandma, and it was over the summer, and I was like in middle school, and in middle school you're just so awkward. Like everything is just so awkward. Your body's, full hormones, you're all over the place, you're growing, and your body is not your own, kind of like how I am right now. But she gave me this advice, and it was, you need to forgive, and you need to forgive the people that have wronged you in order to move. And, my grandma and I always used to have like the best, just the deepest conversations about just life and family and boyfriends and all of these things.
Alive?
No, she passed away. And she would give me like just the greatest advice. And in one of our conversations, she told me that part of your healing and being strong, she used to call me Mamita. She was just like, Mamita, you need to forgive. And it wasn't like you need to forgive that person. You need to forgive what they did to you, but you need to forgive
just as a way of life.
As a way of life in your heart. You need to forgive. And she was like, because if you don't forgive, you're not going to be able to move on. You're not going to be able to heal. And she goes, you're not forgiving them for them. And that doesn't mean that you have to forgive and keep them in your life and keep that person or that thing or that example in your life. But you need to forgive, what happened. You need to forgive and find that strength and that safety, so that you can heal and you can move past it. And that, I didn't understand it then. And I was like, okay, I'm going to forgive, all these, these people that have wronged me and these girls that have been mean to me and, all of these things. And I was like, wow, what? I don't know what that means. So fast forward, and now as an adult, like it kind of comes along with the let them theory. Like you need to forgive the shit that is happening. You need to let these people be these people, and they're going to act this way because it's something that you can't control, right? And it's always been something that I have held very close to my heart and to just my way of of growing is I'm not going to let, whatever that negativity is, keep me down and keep me from moving forward and keep me from growing.
Well, what is that saying? It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. When you're holding on to this anger or this grudge or whatever. I love what you're saying, that it has to be just a way of life, that you just let stuff go. And I think I struggle with that so much because people wrong me on an hourly basis. Somebody pulls out in front of traffic, I'm pissed. That's definitely an exaggeration. But like, that's why it's so important as a way of life, because then all of the 100 things that happen throughout the day, you can just sit there and be like, I had the worst day because this guy did this and this woman did this. And it's like, who actually cares? Are you ever going to see that person again? No.
And you're just continuing to feed that negativity.
Yeah.
And continuing to feel awful and continuing to just have this, like you said, this poison. Mm-hmm. You have this poison that you just can't let go. Mm-hmm. And, we've all, there's childhood trauma. There's adult trauma. There's things in your life that, that we talk about throughout our podcast. There's divorces. There's, infidelities. There's all of these things. There's somebody, didn't open the door for you. There's everything that's going on in our society right now. That's so much negativity, and just trying to find that positive mindset and, control what you can control. And, and as we're getting into the holidays and we're getting into the next month is going to be Thanksgiving, and okay, now be thankful. Everybody be thankful for the things that you have. And when you're holding on to, to all this grief or grudge or resentment or whatever that pain is, it's hard to be thankful.
It is. And especially we're in October. I'm really angry that I'm not going to be able to eat Halloween candy this year, except for the gummy stuff, because it all has gluten in it. And what, I'm supposed to be thankful? Because I'm not.
You're so selfish. What kind of candy?
Chocolate, like cookie, everything.
Chocolate cookie? What are you? What? Who are you over there at Sesame Street?
Well, Kit Kat bars or Snickers. They all have wheat in it.
Did you eat those to begin with?
Oh, gosh, those were my favorite.
Serious?
What is your favorite Halloween candy?
I think
probably like an Almond Joy or something gross.
I do love Almond Joys.
Of course you do.
I love the little pumpkin or bat-shaped Reese's.
Oh, okay.
Like the holiday Reese's because they're fresher.
Yeah, and they're cute.
And I love the little packs of licorice, like the little Twizzlers.
Ew.
Oh my God, those are
Bridget,
the best.
Shay, do you have a favorite Halloween candy? And if you say Twizzlers,
Then we're besties.
Then we're not.
She's like lemon drop.
Twix.
Oh,
Twix.
See, those have gluten too. Oh,
the caramel
cookie chocolate.
The caramel Twix. Just the plain regular.
Just a regular Twix. Yeah.
Uneventful.
Oh, whatever.
I also like Almond Joy though. So.
Oh no.
Oh, see,
I got a couple of nerds with me.
Yeah.
All right. So we're, you're right though. We are getting into that season where, and this is another thing that we talked about. We are in October, and which means it's basically January. You know how fast the next few months are just going to fly. And so what can we be doing? What little assessments now to sort of set ourselves up for doing better going forward? Because I will tell you, when you're talking about forgiveness as a way of life, that's something, I know it seems contrary to what I've actually been saying, but that's something that's really important to me because I've always struggled with that. I'm never the fastest to forgive. I hold on to things. It takes me a few days to recover. What a waste of time. Could you imagine if you really just
it's not
could?
even a few days.
What do you mean?
It's not, I mean, like there are a few days to recover, but there are some things that you hold on for years.
Yeah. I mean, this comment about, my beautiful outfit not being flattering on me, I'm going to hold on to that for a while.
Let it go. Just let it go. Let them comment on something.
Bridget,
let them comment on have something that you really love because you're going to love it and you might still wear it and
maybe I
let
will.
them comment
You're
on
right.
it when you wear it in person.
You're right. See, and that's a perfect, I'm kidding about that example, but it really, I mean, it has to be a way
Did that
of
hurt
life.
your feelings?
No, it did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it
But
really?
I promise. But
Okay.
I promise.
I'm really sorry. Bag lady. Sparkly bag lady.
Well, at least I'm a sparkly bag lady. I'll take it. But I just, that's the person that I want to be. I want to be the person who you can offend. And once we resolve that, it's like, okay, I got it. Let's move on. Because I say and do things in my family life to kids, husband, all of that. And I want to be quick to forgive because we don't know how much time we have here. And I'm really going to hold on to something for days or weeks. Let it go.
It sickens you.
Yeah.
I was reading an article recently, and because I'm getting ready to learn about this new phase of my life of, I always talk about perimenopause, and here's all the neat changes that are going to happen to my body. And then here's going to come menopause and even more changes that are going to happen to my body. But, a big part, like they were talking about like women and how we hold our stress and how we hold our anger and how we hold our pain and our grief. And obviously there's no clinical studies that can show this, but the emotional impact that women hold inside is sickening. And they were doing, it was a group study that they were doing. It wasn't a clinical study, but there was a group study that they were doing with these women that had, this extreme emotional trauma. And it could be everything from, a loss of a child or, childhood trauma or spousal or whatever the extreme event was in their life and the way that they held on to it. And like the way it exacerbated into like a clinical illness, like cancers.
Isn't that wild?
Tumors.
How it is medically linked.
But they can't really prove it. You can't prove that. They're starting to. They're starting to. They're starting to believe. They're starting to do studies on women in medicine.
2025.
So crazy, so crazy.
It is.
But it is. It's really fascinating when you think of like when you hold on to your stress, and when you're so when you're so negative, like how it impacts your body.
Yeah. The
pain, the aches and pains, the extreme migraines that you get. Like I get like my IC flares up big time, and
IC?
my bladder. Like when I get really stressed, my bladder. No, I don't pee. When I get really stressed, I pee myself.
Do we need a diaper sponsor now?
Maybe. No, but like interstitial cystitis is like irritable bladder.
Okay.
And it makes you feel like you have a UTI, but you don't. It's just an inflammation of the bladder, and stress can cause that. So it's like all of these things, that we are like, if you're not in tune with your body, you're not going to pay attention to it. You're just like, oh, I'm sick again, or oh, I threw my shoulder out. Exactly. But it's like all of these things. So as we're talking about forgiveness and we're talking about moving on, we're talking about looking in the mirror, as we're reflecting on this year of podcasts and conversations and education and what we've learned in this space, that has been a big part of it is, looking in the mirror, and really for me is understanding what I can control. And if I can't control, then let it go. Let it go.
That's when we had our guest Sheila on, and she was talking about how disconnected the mind and body are. And I have never forgot what she said about your body is just a pedestal for your brain. And I think you have really helped shine a light on stuff where I'm like, man, I've had stomach aches for 2 years. And you're like, go to a doctor and get a test. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Where
it hurts every time I eat tortillas.
Yeah, but but it's true though, right? Because you brush it off. It's, I drank too much beer, or I shouldn't have had, I had seconds when I shouldn't have. You can make excuses for everything. But when you really slow down and connect your brain and your heart and the rest of your body, what an ecosystem you have.
What an enlightenment.
Yes.
And it can be, it's it's a gift and it's a curse, right? Because if you're so ultra aware, can you become like super cuckoo over it?
I don't know, Bridget. Can you?
It's not OCDs, I swear. It's not OCDs.
Well, okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you, and you don't need to say names or anything, but is there somebody right now that you're holding a grudge against that we could peel back a little bit? Because I think I've probably got a few that, no. Oh, you're shaking your head no.
No.
Oh, so you've mastered this.
No, I think I honestly think over the last 4-5 years.
Oh, so like not over the last 35 episodes?
Not over the last 35 episodes. Over the last 4 or 5 years, I've really been trying to practice this. Over the last 3 years, I feel that I'm mastering it. I think that I have found that if I hold on to it, it just hurts too bad. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling of hurt. And I am not a negative person. Like
You are not.
that is not something that comes easy to me. Like it's really hard for me to be mean. I can be sarcastic, but I'm not hurtful.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen you mean.
I'm not hurtful. And that is really hard for me to be in that space. And I feel like when I'm angry or when I'm, resentful or when somebody's hurt me, I feel that anger and it's consuming.
Yeah.
And I spiral.
Well, and that's
anxiety and all this stuff starts, popping up. And it's like, oh my God, I hate the way this feels. This is not me.
You've really figured out how to protect your peace.
I have. Because I listen to what's impacting me.
Mm-hmm.
I realize like, oh my gosh, I have so much anxiety. Oh my gosh, I have this. And then I take a few steps back and I start like assessing the why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why am I feeling anxious? Why am I feeling stressful?
Is this you writing? Are you
This
writing
is
it
me
down?
writing. I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom, I'm left-handed.
Uh-huh.
That's your mom, by the way.
Yeah, I got it.
Like as I start feeling that way, I take a few steps back. It takes me about a week to realize like what the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I feeling this way? Why am I so sad? Why am I so angry? Why am I so this? But I am looking in the mirror much more now over the last few years than I ever have. And what do I want in order for me first and foremost to be happy, so that I can be happy in all of these other aspects of my life.
And I think that little internal inventory you just took is such a good exercise for us all to do when we can sit, and whether you're sitting in the car or sitting outside, whatever it is, and just do a little recap of, okay, where are the areas where I can let some of this stuff go? What are the things that are keeping me from feeling peaceful? And who are the people that I can just let be? Let them, let be, let go, all the things. It's really hard to do, but I think that's one of the biggest signs of a high emotional intelligence. My husband is really good at that. He doesn't get worked up over anything. And I'm sure he has some unhealthy processing. But it's so funny when I'll be talking about something and he breaks it down and he'll say, well, okay, you can look at it this way or you can look at it this way. And I'm always like, oh, okay, all right. So she wasn't trying to hurt my feelings or whatever it is. I think once you learn that the world does not revolve around you, talk about freedom. When you can just recognize that for the majority, yes, of course, there's outliers to all of this. For the majority, we're all just doing the best that we can with what we have. And when you can just accept that, it really does life feels a lot lighter. And especially when you have kids and, you're just like, you son of a whatever. These are kids. They've got 10-year-old tools. We've got 40-year-old tools, some closer to 50-year-old tools. And it really does make life more peaceful.
It's funny, like our older kids they tease our youngest, and there's like, oh my God, you got away with murder. You got away with murder. You never got in trouble for anything. And it's not that he doesn't get in trouble. One, he doesn't do anything to get in trouble. But two, it was, like my husband and I, we've learned a lot, that, and we've sat back and we've thought about it. We're just like, oh man, we shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have gotten after them for having 50 cups in their room. Like, just close the door. Or, it's little things like that where one did it.
50 cups is a lot, Bridget.
Yeah, I'm over exaggerating. Okay, 5 cups. Maybe it's 5 cups. But still, it's one of those scenarios that, that you are learning how to parent with your oldest ones, right? And then come the last one, it's like, I'm going to pick my battles. Did this stuff
really matter?
Did it really matter? No, it didn't.
So can you share, because I like what you said, the cups thing. I mean, that's funny because I have, it makes me so annoyed when I'll be like, why is there a whole freaking kitchen in your bedroom? Shut the door and walk away. Is this what you're saying?
Yeah, well,
something you've learned?
They, as they start doing their own dishes, they hate that they have all these dishes to do.
Yeah.
And it's, no, if these are all in your room, you're doing them by hand. You don't get to put those in the dishwasher.
Oh.
Wait, what? Why do we have a dishwasher? Well, that's for my dishes and all the other dishes that are in. But these have been hanging out in your room. You're going to clean them by hand.
Ooh,
and then
cold.
Guess what? It limits, goes from 50 to 5.
Yeah.
It goes from 5 to 2.
Uh-huh.
And then we realized, all right, with the last one, it's like, can you just, when you get ready to transition and go to your dad's house, can you please just empty the cups and wash them? Just empty them and just take them out of your room.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you make your bed anymore. Like, just put the wet towels and hang them up.
Well, but see, that's really interesting.
It's like a battle. I don't want that battle.
Yeah.
It's like, is this going to make you a better human? Maybe. I don't know. But that's going to be your choice when you leave.
Yeah.
It's like we had, like, our kids, one of our boys was like the clutter bug when they lived at home, and now that they live alone, like the cleanest, tidiest man you'd ever
I believe
meet.
that.
And then we've got the other one that was clean and tidy, and now he's, just in his chaos. Just, it's like, yeah, this is mine. I don't care. I'll clean it when I want to clean it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's interesting to just kind of see like how they're growing and into being their own people. And at the end of the day, my husband and I are like, has nothing to do with your cleanliness, your tidiness, has nothing. You are good people. As we were talking with Chris earlier, like, you guys are good humans. We can step back and say, oh my gosh, our children are productive human beings in society. They're paying their bills. They are, they're off the payroll. They're working. They're thriving.
I don't know
that
all parents can say that. I mean, you've just described picture perfect.
I know it's not picture perfect, but it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of them.
You should be.
It's my picture perfect.
It's your, yes.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. That's my rear view mirror.
Yeah.
That's looking in the mirror.
That's pretty good. Yeah. All right. I think we should take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to just keep drilling into this because I have more thoughts.
Oh, can't wait to hear.
All right. We'll be right back.
On Backseat Thriver, we dive into the messy, meaningful moments of life, especially parenting and mental health, because raising kids today takes more than love. It takes support, insight, and sometimes a little help. That's where LNC Therapy makes a difference. A compassionate mental health private practice proudly serving the Tucson community. They specialize in supporting children, teens, and young adults through challenges like depression, anxiety, ADHD, anger management, grief, and more. With a team of experienced, heart-forward therapists, L&C Therapy offers personalized care that meets your family where they are, whether that's in person or via telehealth. Because every young mind deserves a safe space to grow. L&C Therapy, supporting Tucson families one session at a time. Visit them at 7493 North Oracle Road, Suite 135, or reach out and visit them on their website at hello@lndtherapy.com. Now accepting new clients.
All right. So we're talking about tools. We're talking about
You're a tool.
You're a tool.
I love Tool.
We're talking
I
about
want to go to Tool's Winery in Conwood.
maybe. Should we talk about how great we're doing in Pakistan?
Do you want to share with our listeners?
Our podcast is crushing it in Pakistan. We'll get there in the U.S., but for now, we are liked. So that is a goal for 35 episodes. We're a top 100 podcast.
What'd you say?
Lifestyle podcast.
Lifestyle podcast
Yeah.
in Pakistan.
Yeah. So
See?
thank you.
There you go.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
that.
listeners.
Okay, so we're talking about, the choosing our battles. I liked what you said that. And it's so funny because those are so different for everyone. Where some people might be like, no. The only rule is you do not collect dishes in your room, or you will make your bed when you wake up, but I don't care about anything else. So it's interesting how people come to those conclusions of what's going to be the thing that makes a difference for their kid.
And as a blended family, it feels different.
Oh, it's so hard.
It's different.
It's so hard because, you can't yell at some kids the way you yell at your own. Or the expectations you have for your own, you can't just place those on others that it hasn't been an expectation of them before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it really tricky. And that's what makes it feel like there's inequity amongst the kids because
or frustration.
They're like, exactly.
Like
why do I have to do this and you don't?
Or it's this is the rule for everyone, but sometimes you can glaze over it in the bloodline versus the other
Right.
one. It's like, wait, hold on. That was messed up. Why did I just do that?
Yeah.
No, it is. I
Talk
think
about looking in a mirror. That's a tricky one. That's
surviving
a tough
and
one.
thriving.
Yep.
Surviving and thriving.
For all of our co-parents out there with blended families, we're looking at you. But Bridget, you really are seeing all of it in the rearview mirror now, and that's pretty cool.
It is a new space for me, and I'm still, my husband and I are still trying to figure out like this whole bird launching phase. Like what does this mean? It is truly, it's mentally, it's such a different spot. It's such a different spot to be in that, my whole life has been raising kids and getting them to this point and giving so much of me to that, to my family. And now they're all gone.
I think that's why a lot of women come out of this really resentful. It's like, I gave you everything and you left me.
I think it's either resentful or it's just, I didn't realize this until recently. Like it truly is a clinical diagnosis.
What is?
Empty nest syndrome.
Is it really?
It really is. Yeah. Empty nest syndrome is a clinical diagnosis now, and it's like a depressive state. And the melancholy, that you feel when your kids are gone. And it's so weird. It's just I don't know how to explain it. It's just this part of your life. It's a chapter that's closed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not ready to close that chapter, then it makes it even more difficult. And
accept and move on.
Accepting that, oh my God, you did it. They're gone. They're amazing. They're just these beautiful humans. And now it's like, okay, what are we going to do now? I mean, my husband and I are like, do we want to join a gym? Okay, let's
not get ahead of ourselves here.
Let's just sit on this one for a minute. Hold on, as we're looking in the mirror. Ooh, you should probably join a gym. This is probably a good idea.
But, I love what you're saying about acceptance. And I wonder if acceptance, like you have to accept before you can forgive. I wonder if there's
move forward.
Yes, if there's an order to that. My kid had a baseball game the other night, and he was running from third base to home. Coach was like, go, go. So he's running, and we can tell, like, yeah, he's not going to make it because the ball, like the catcher almost has the ball. So he slides. He gets tagged before he was out, right? And the theatrics of him being out, he's so expressive, and if you never wonder what this kid is thinking because he will show you, and he cannot believe that he's been called out. I was safe. You weren't safe. So the game ends. He is pissed, and all he's saying is, I was safe. Bro, you weren't safe. We saw you. He gets in the car with me, and he's like, Mom, I was safe. The umpire was wrong. And I'm like, Finn, the entire bleachers saw you were out. It's okay. Accept it and move on. But we ended up talking about that thing for 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay, if I have to hear about this one more time, I'm going to explode. You were out, accept it, and move on. And I think, obviously we're talking about an 11-year-old's struggle versus a 40-year-old struggle when somebody cuts you off in traffic. But you really just it is just letting go of control. You do not control the universe. Things are going to happen constantly that are not in your favor. Accept it and move on, because half the times that things are in your favor, that could have been an accident too.
Or maybe it's not even the acceptance. Acknowledge it. Maybe you don't have to accept it, but you have to acknowledge that you weren't safe. You weren't right. You might not be able to accept it.
Okay, because I'm sitting here going, what are you talking about?
Okay, maybe acceptance comes later, but you at least need to acknowledge
I was out.
that you were wrong. That you were, not safe, that you were whatever, that you were not right. Whatever that, accept it.
Yeah.
And then, all right, acknowledge it, accept it,
move
on. Next time, can you just take video? Just be like, bro,
out.
You were so out.
You were out.
So far away. You had no choice. I used to do that. We used to just have our camera ready, and whenever the ball was on them or whenever they had the ball, whatever it was, we would just hit the play button, the record button. So you get just these little snippets of them in action.
See, I'm bad at that because I really love watching. I love being present. I love watching my kid play. It makes me so happy. It is so fun.
That's important.
It is.
But if he's going to fight you the whole ride home, you might want a video.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I'm recording this only so I can shut you up.
Can we just have that in life? I need a video for life. Just go everywhere with the dash cam on your forehead. Well,
they make those glasses now.
What?
Those Ray-Bans.
Oh, yeah, that's a little creepy.
That is creepy that somebody could just be recording you at any moment. I don't like that.
I don't know if I like that.
But what can you do?
What do you do about
All right, Bridget, can we just accept that this episode is over?
Can we accept that we finished 1 year?
I'm so proud of us.
I think this is fun. And
do you have a highlight from the past year? Is there one episode or one moment that you recall that you went, man, I really took something from that and put it into practice?
I think I've not one in particular.
Little nuggets from many?
I think we have little nuggets from quite a few.
Okay.
Yeah. Not one in particular that I can say, wow, that was amazing. I mean, they're all amazing.
Yeah.
But that one really stuck with me. How about you?
I think I mentioned Sheila earlier. I think that one really motivated me to start listening to my body and my brain and not be so disconnected. And I think you practice that very well. And so I think hearing it and then seeing you in action really pushed me to just be mindful of, am I sitting like this because I'm so stressed and my shoulders are up. I know. Breathe and relax your body and and recognize all of those, whatever your symptoms or ailments are, like what is that connected to right now? Because what is my brain saying? Is my brain telling me how stressed out I am and my body's reacting to it? And how do I sync all of that together? So that's been really good for me. Also, man, the cleaning one, that just set a fire under me. Like I've kept my pantry organized for a few months now, and that's been really fun. And it's so much about just being the person that I want to be. And we talked about that also of, okay, who's somebody that you want to be like? Then be like them. What are the things that that person is doing? What are the excuses you're making for why you can't be like them? Because you can. This person's really organized. I want to be an organized person. One of the things that one of our girlfriends had said to me, she'd been practicing a lot of, what am I doing for future Christina? So that's me saying it. What am I doing for future Christina? And she said, what's one thing in the mornings where you're always like, ugh, that's so annoying. I wish that my coffee pot was clean or whatever it is. So before I go to bed, I go, what is something I'm going to do for future Christina tomorrow? And if it's like, I make sure that my little frother's clean, or one thing that I go, oh, that was nice little surprise. I love that.
I do. I like that.
Right?
I think that's
what's something you're going to do for future Bridget?
Not drink so that I can walk without pain tomorrow morning.
So future Bridget wakes up happy.
So future Bridget doesn't wake up swollen and inflamed and
yeah.
No.
Well, good. There's one. So think about what's one thing you're going to do for your future self tomorrow.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good thought.
Yeah. All right, Bridget, I'm very proud of us.
I'm proud of us. I'm proud of the Backseat Thriver. And I think that, I hope that our listeners, that what they get out of these podcasts is that thriving isn't about perfection. It's about showing up. Mm-hmm. It's about being present. It's about, your self-awareness and just being good people. And I thank our listeners that have been with us from episode 1, and for our new listeners that are wakies that hang on from Chris's show and get to continue their morning with us. But I hope that everybody that has the opportunity to listen to us, to meet us, to be part of these sessions with us, just gets the fact that we are here, we're showing up, all of us ladies, all of us parents, all of us friends, that we're showing up together and we're doing this together, and just be present, be a good person, and keep thriving.
Love it.